everybody, welcome to the video. I'm Tim. I brought you to one of my favorite places to be, and that's my gym. But I'm not here for a workout. I brought you guys here because we're also meeting up with Savannah and Bella, and they're gonna get to learn how to use their Christmas present, which is the Taser Pulse. And we're gonna have fun with this. We're gonna go through the instructional process. We're gonna shoot some darts out, see how it performs, and we're gonna talk about it a little bit. So that's what we're gonna do in today's video. And you've heard me mention this in previous videos that when you're out on the trail hiking, and especially for females, this is an excellent weapon to carry along with you. It's not very big and it packs a big punch. And I'm no stranger to Taser. The first time I got shot by one of these was 2004, and look how big it was. I still got it. And we carried these things around for a long time, but you can see they went down in size quite a bit. Savannah and Bella got this for Christmas, and they're anxious to be able to carry it, but they first need to learn how to properly use it and safely use it, learn all the rules that are associated with it, along with the safety, and that's what we're gonna do today. I'm bringing you guys to class. We're gonna fire this thing off a couple times, and you're gonna get to witness that, so let's get started.
Thank you, Phil. So with the gun here, you're gonna treat it like a regular firearm. You're gonna keep your hand at what's called the universal cover mode, which is like this.
And whenever they come out of the device, there's a wire that goes along with them, and once it sticks, it stays in there. And this is going to continue to give electricity to the subject for a total of 30 seconds. That's a long time to get shocked. But the reason for that, and you'll see in this video, is you'll see Savannah and Bella dropping the taser and running away, because that's what you do in real life. Once it's made contact, the person's going to be down for 30 seconds. That gives you plenty of time to get distance away from them. And the neat thing about it is all you do is file a police report and you get a brand new taser.
If you need to use it, you can bring it down. To start the weapon, because these are considered electronic weapons, you'll flip that up, and that's going to activate a laser in your flashlight, and this should be green like it is. So immediately, if you shock someone with it, and you push this down, it quits shocking. So as soon as if you're in the middle of the shock, you'll shut it off like that. Now you don't want to do that when someone attacks you. You want them to have the full 30 seconds. You got to remember that they're getting a lot of pain through this shock. I mean, it's going to immobilize them. And the difference between shocking them just with the gun without the dart in it and shocking them with the dart, when these darts come out, this is what they look like. When these darts come out, they start to spread, and you're going to see that when we fire them. So when they're flying through the air, you're gonna have one high and one low, and it's gonna contact the person. Now, if you just get shocked over that much portion of your body, it doesn't really bother you much. But the more you spread it out, the more it's gonna affect you, because it's gonna affect all your different muscles, and all your muscles are gonna be contracted, and that's what keeps them on the ground and in pain. And this is what the wires are gonna look like. And then on this side, here, here, or here, but they won't carry it on the same side as their gun. So that way there's no mistake. So if you're carrying a gun, the same thing. You always put your taser on the opposite side of if you're carrying a firearm, okay? If I'm gonna hike or something, if I'm gonna take a taser, it's probably gonna be something like this versus something like that. With your girls' taser, if you have a threat, you're gonna point it at them, and you just start giving them commands. Get back, I have a taser, I will shock you. Get back, I will shoot you with my taser. Just let them know, all right? And again, once you shoot it, it goes inside of them, you drop it, and you just run, all right? That's very important to remember. So today what we're gonna do is you're gonna have safety glasses on, and I'm gonna let both of you shoot the target. So that way, you both get a feel with how the gun feels when it goes off. Just try to keep it steady. Lock it with both hands. I would always use two hands on my taser. I would always lock it out like this. And you can bring it back like this for power two, either one. If someone was close to you, or say you were using your taser like a gun, like if you're gonna search a house, you don't search a house like this. You don't search it the way you see in the police movies or the movies, because if this is a doorway and I'm searching like this, and someone's standing at the doorway, they can take it away from me immediately. So the way that we learned in SWAT to clear houses, we kept it close to us, and we would peek it up at threats if we needed it. If we didn't need it, we put it back down. I would say carry the taser the same way. Try to lock it out and just have it tight to your body and squeeze it, okay? Like that. So, and you're gonna know because it's got the flashlight on, it's got the laser on, and I want you girls to just get used to it, just point it. Now, if it's out in the daytime and you know your bright sunlight on, I might punch it out then I can also look at my sights, because the sights are just like a gun sight. I could also see the sight and if I couldn't see the laser real well. So that's when I would use it up like that if I was having trouble seeing the laser, which the lasers are pretty bright in these. They're not super bright, but they're good enough. You can see with them, but at the same time, if I wasn't seeing that laser very good, I'm gonna get a sight picture. All right, so I would say punch out, get in tight, and the way you're gonna stand, try to stand where you're balanced. So the way you get balanced is you have to use what's called an interview stance. Interview stance means one foot's out, one foot's back. Most of your weight's on this foot. You kind of bring your hips down to like a fighting stance, like a base, and go ahead and get in that position.
I'm a firearms instructor with the USCCA. I'm also a post instructor, and I teach police officers, bail bondsmen, and security guards how to protect themselves, defend themselves, as well as certify them on the tools. And one of the things we teach is taser, and this thing's a really simple device. It just has one switch that arms it and puts out a spotlight and a laser target at the same time, and it has a cartridge. The way you do this is it's just like any other weapon. You just pull the trigger and it fires out this cartridge. Now the cartridge is kind of special. It's not real big, and it contains 2 darts with some cordage that will let you be out 15 feet away from your target. Okay, when you're ready.
Taser, taser, taser.
Drop it, run.
Taser.
Drop it, run. This now, if you wanted to, you could energize it again by turning the taser back on and pulling the trigger. And then you can also go and you can punch the other guy next. You can go into the other guy, shock on him too, all right? You can do that as well. All right, so with these wires, you know, they're just like real thin fish line. Even if you accidentally touched it, it's not gonna hurt you really. It's gonna just kind of tingle you.
Looks like copper in there.
But look how thick this plywood is.
Yeah.
Look how that goes in there. So people say, well, it's not gonna go in there if they got a coat on. Well, maybe if it's like a real big puffy jacket, it might get kind of hung up in it. But chances are it's gonna go in because these things go in deep. I mean, you can't even just pull it out. It's gonna take a lot of wiggling while it's in the cardboard. So we're gonna go ahead and take your cartridge out. And just get used to pressing on the sides, not in front. There you go.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna keep it right here. And then we'll have Bella fire hers. And we're gonna see what the difference are. So we know this one's your cartridge. And you're gonna be, you wanna go closer or further?
I don't care. I'll go closer, I guess.
Okay, you can try closer. All right, Bella, when you're ready.
You ready, Mo? You ready? Yeah. Taser, 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 taser. Taser, taser, taser. Oh, okay.
Run. All right, good job. Is it better? Because now we got a lot better spread. All right, so that's how they work. And again, you can see your little, you can look at your ID tag.
Is it just paper?
Yeah, they have a serial number in each one of them.
That. That's crazy.
Each one of them has a little number in there,
Where's
but
it at?
they can put it under a microscope and they can read it. Now, you see where your blast doors went all the way over there? So that's what's going to happen when you squeeze that trigger. The blast doors will fly. Look, yours still, look how much, because you were closer, you can see how that's all wound in there. That's a good demonstration just on distance to travel. This guy is going to be hurting a lot more at the 10-yard range just because he's got all this going on, where this one here is just going to be shocking you right through here. That's going to go all the way across. Now let's look at what we fired into. This is a sheet of plywood. And this is where the dart's stuck inside. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all stuck inside here. And to get this out, this is stuck all the way through the plywood. So you have to really pull on this all the way into this. And I'll be able to get this out. I just have to wiggle it around. And there you have it. So you can see it didn't come out real easy. And I'll do a close-up of this dart for you. Kind of get a look for kind of where the cone is versus the person. That gives you a visual in your head, how far you need to be away from them if you do it. Carry what's comfortable for you and carry what you've trained on. Today you've seen us train on a taser. They could have just stuck it in their pocket, and if they needed it someday, try to use it, but that's not a good idea. You need the proper training, proper safety, and learn everything about it and fire it a time or two, because these cords go out 15 feet. And we also learned about the distance of the target. If we wanted to fire that today, we wouldn't have had the understanding. Because when those darts come out, they spread. So we tested them today at 5 feet, we tested them today at 10 feet, and we tested them at 15 feet, and they did very well. And that's the type of training you really need, is to get familiar with your weapon.
You're going to immediately arrest somebody within those 5 seconds, right? But having the 30 seconds to get ready, that's a long time. How far you guys think you can run in 30 seconds?
At least 100
Quarter of a mile?
meters.
Yeah. So this guy's going to have to get off the ground. He's going to be a little dazed and confused over what just happened. He's going to have to get his composure, then go try to run after you. And you're going to have a huge head start. So that's the whole thought process of being able to shoot that thing, just book it as fast as you can. Now, if you shot it, once you pull the trigger, I want you guys to stare at it. I want you guys to watch it go down, because if you see the dart missed, you drop the gun, you no longer have a way to fight against yourself other than fighting. But if you see that both probes made it in him and he's on the ground, then that's when you run. Let's just drop the taser wherever it's at and just take off.
I know what you're going to say. Don't mess around with these tasers. Get a gun. Everyone should have a gun on them. And you're not wrong. I would tell you the same, but you're not right either, because there's a lot of people that just aren't comfortable with guns. Maybe they've had a bad experience, or maybe they just don't want anything to do with them. But there's a lot of responsibility that comes along with having a firearm. Not only legal, but mechanical and safety-wise. You have to have a lot of training and a lot of experience to carry a gun and use it proficiently anyway. And I teach people firearm skills all the time to tell them how to be safe whenever they're handling a gun. So carry a gun if you're comfortable. If not, this taser is just another option, and you can carry the taser even with a gun. It just gives you another level or another option of force that you can go to. If you guys stick around the channel, I'll be doing more of this. I'll be testing out different devices and just giving you guys some knowledge that I've picked up along the way. And with this video, I'm going to put some links down in the description if you're interested in taser, and go out and get you some training, or at least take it out and use one of the practice cartridges and practice shooting it before you actually start carrying it. And you need to be aware where you're going to carry that to. So there's a lot of things that you kind of got to think through before just carrying a taser as well. And if you like this kind of content, I'll keep making more of this, just to do hiking tips and safety tips. And we may do a little bit on firearms as well. But please like and subscribe. It really supports my channel. If you have any questions at all, leave them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them, and we'll see you in the next one.